Welcome to another quick and dirty tutorial on the new UI system. In this one I'll show you how to make fake clicks using the event system. So to start off, we've got a setup, we've got 4 buttons here, and the buttons are just going to change the color of the panel. If we click red, yellow, green, blue. Nothing complicated. Looking at the script for that, there's just 4 methods for each of the different colors. Not the most efficient way to code it, but nice and quick just for the example project. What we're going to do is go through and code those buttons to also accept clicks if you push 1, 2, 3 or 4. First up, we're going to create an empty game object. We'll call it clicker. That's just going to be our manager object. You can also put this script on the main camera or wherever you like to keep your scripts. Right, if we open up that fake click script, we'll get rid of start because we're not going to use that. Because we're going to be checking for input, we will keep update. First off, we need a reference to the buttons. I'm just going to do that by creating an array of game objects that we can drag in from the inspector. But you could use GameObject.find or a variety of other methods. Right, so in update, we're going to check if input.inputString is not blank. So it just says, did the user press any key? We're going to declare an int, which is our button index. Then we're going to use the ints.parse method, try-parse method, to try and convert the input string into an int for button index. So if the user presses a number key, that will return us an int, otherwise it will return 0. We're just going to subtract 1 from that index. Reason for that is because humans count 1 to 4 and computers count 0 to 3. Now we're just going to check that that is within the bounds of our array. So we're going to go if it's greater than 0 and is less than the array length. Because we're going to use the event system, we also need to add up the top using Unity Engine.event systems. We're going to use the execute events.execute method. Execute events is a really useful class that lets you call events anywhere. The event we're going to call comes from the iPointerClickHandler interface, so we pass that in inside the triangle brackets. And then we pass in the button that we want to call. So it'll be the button index, button index that we've just generated. And then we pass in event data. PointerClickHandler takes pointer event data. So we'll just create a new pointer event data and we'll pass in the event system.current in the into the constructor. The last parameter is which method to call. We can actually use the helper variable from the execute events class and use execute events.pointerClickHandler. That saves us having to write out our own delegate or lambda function. Alright, we'll save that. You can see our arrays turned up, so we'll just drag all of those game objects into that array. Then we hit play. You can see we haven't interrupted the functionality of the buttons, but if I put the mouse over here, and you can see I'm hitting the keyboard buttons. I'm not actually clicking on anything, I'm just hitting those buttons 1 to 4 on the keyboard, and it's also accepting the input. Thank you for watching. Like, share or comment. Ask any questions. I'll answer as quickly as possible.